the strategic researcher. I want you to look at this picture and identify this woman for me. There is this woman called Fiona Mutesi. I don't know whether any of you have heard about her. Fiona Mutesi. Anybody heard about her? Okay, so if you watch the film Queen of Katri, this was a lady who was featured. In fact, she is famously known as somebody who is able to move far ahead, plan and strategize in the chess game. And she's accredited as a chess champion. And just like Fiona, I believe that we all have factored the fact that we want to reach somewhere with a research career. And so we need to be strategic, just like this lady, so we can be able to become very successful in our research career, to ensure that we are attaining the balance we learned about last week, and also to ensure that we have good outcome, or we are successful and fulfilled in our research work. Please, next slide. So this model, I must say, is devised by Dr. Shelda Dibowski. Yes, that's it. And she is an Austrian consultant and expert in academic and research career strategy. In fact, these two books that are projected are books that she wrote. And a lot of the content that we have here is taken from these books. And so I would encourage those of you who want to take this strategic researcher workshop further to read these books, because it's going to be very helpful to all of us. The workshop is going to look briefly at some few things. Please, can you get me to the next slide? Yes. So we are going to, this is the agenda. We are going to look at some few topics. We are going to look at the complex world of research, and then defining a successful researcher, from novice researcher to research leader, research career management, activating mentorship and sponsorship strategies. I must say that for this one, we will not delve deeper, because we will come back and do a whole module on mentorship. So we will not delve deeper into this today. And then developing and acting on your research plan. But before we go ahead, I presume we all have a workshop schedule. We were given some materials. So we have the ACES workshop, research career strategy, the workbook. How many of us have it? Let me see by hand. How many of us have the workbook? Because we are going to use it a lot this morning. Please, let me see your hand if you have it. Okay. I have only one person. Yes. Adioye, you also have it. In fact, if you don't have it, it means you've not downloaded it from the mails that was sent. So please quickly download it, because we will need it. In fact, we are going to use it right away. So if you have it and you've printed it, I will be very happy that you keep it by your side. If you've not printed it and you can quickly print it too, it's okay. If not, then we will do with what you have on your screen. Great. Please pick, let's go to page 2 of the workbook. I'm giving you time to organize yourself. Page 2 of the workbook. Okay, Blessing, thank you. So the big question is, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve from your current research position? What do you want to achieve from your current research position? And if you look at the page 2, the number of things. So which of the following reflects your expectations? Choose any relevant options. So you can take a number of them. Take a number of them, as many as you want to achieve, or as many as your expectations are. Please take them. I'm giving you some few minutes to take them. Carefully go through them and take them. Or if you've not printed it, just note them. Okay. Who is saying this? Okay, Blessing is saying that she was a little distracted. Okay, so Blessing, we have a workbook that was given us, the first book. You see that there is the first the workbook page 2. You realize that the heading is, what do you want to achieve from your current research position? And the instruction is, which of the following reflect your expectations? Choose any relevant options. So if you have printed it out, you can just tick them. If you haven't, just note them. And then later on, you would share with us. Blessing, I hope you are fine. Okay. Okay. I presume, apart from Blessing, I presume all of us have, if not finished, we've been able to identify some of our expectations, some of our projections. What do you really want to do? Okay, I have a thumbs up from Theodora. Thank you. Now, I would like us to share. We are few in class, so we won't go into breakout sessions. If you are shy to share, please send it to my inbox. Okay, Angela, yes. If all apply, why not? That is the essence of the assignment. If all apply, just tick them. These are your interests, right? Good. So, for those of us who have been able to identify some of the interests we have here, or some of the expectations we have to achieve, kindly share. You can raise up your hand, I'll call you to share, or you can put them in the chat box. I'll read them out. Like last week, I count on your interaction. Today, it is the interaction that we need more. So please don't hesitate to interact, share your ideas and your responses with us. Okay, who is going? Who is starting for us? I'm not seeing any hand. Please, the chat box is also active, so you can put in your responses. Yes, Angela, please go ahead.
Right. So, like I said, after reading through all of them, I feel like they all apply. But maybe my question would be, do we need to have the specific achievable objectives, and then maybe the others would be achieved later on, or we can use them all together within the course of the PhD work? So I think I need clarity there.
Great. This is a very interesting question. Angela, we are building a career. We are starting from somewhere and we hope to end somewhere. And so if you choose everything, I presume that you can't do everything within the next 2 years. If you are going to live as a researcher for the next 40 years, you have to strategize on how you make this a reality for yourself. Right. Angela, I hope you are fine.
Yes, please. Thanks.
Great. Welcome. Ubelem, please, if you want to add something. Okay, so there is another response in the chat box. Um, Theodora said that, like Angela, I also feel all apply, or most of them apply. Oh, I'm losing it. Okay, she said, like Angela, I felt most of them apply, but it was helpful to identify directly what I was interested in. Great, great feedback. We are using Research Career Strategy 1. Yes, yes, please. That's what we are using. I agree I want to achieve almost everything listed, but prioritizing is important as there is not enough time to achieve all. Yes. Hannah, thank you for this as well. That's why we are strategizing, career strategy. That's why we are strategizing. Good. So someone is still lost. Who is lost? Please find yourself and let's move together. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go on. So you realize that a lot of these apply to, there are endless possibilities to a research career. And so I'm not surprised that some of you are saying that it looks like all of them apply to me. If you want to be a researcher or you want to build a career in research, there are endless potential outcomes. And that is why we need to strategize, right? So you can use the ones you have chosen, the expectations you have chosen to prioritize and focus. Okay, so you realize that I think one of you mentioned that some of them seem to be more important now than others or more relevant than others. So you can use what you have chosen now to focus your goals on your research career, right? So let's go on. Let's look at page 3 of the workbook. Yes. From novice researcher to research leader. From novice researcher to research leader. So there are different stages of research careers here. And I would like you to read through all of them. You see that we have a master's student, doctoral fellow, novice researcher, established or mid-career researcher, and then senior academic researcher. I want you to review them and then underline any capabilities that you can see yourself developing. Now that you have your expectations, let's see here what you think you are capable of developing. So you take the list, read them carefully, each one of them carefully. We have some 5 to 10 minutes to do that. Review the list and underline any capabilities that you can see yourself developing. And let's take it from there. I hope we are all on the same page. Yeah. Those of you who haven't said anything yet, please, if I didn't hear your voice last week, I've not heard your voice this week, please be prepared today, be prepared to talk to me. So, Angela, we are looking at the topic is from novice researcher to research leader, page 3. Page 3 of workbook 1. Yes. Okay. I hope you're on track now. Give me feedback, please. Okay. Good. Are we making progress? Good. Have we been able to identify some of the capabilities that we can see ourselves developing? Let's show by hand those who have been able to do that so far. Okay. Then we give ourselves some few more minutes and then we go. Okay, Theodora, thank you. Let's wait a little bit for others. Theodora, thank you so much. Yes, Blessing, your hand is up. Are you done? Or
Yes,
you want
yes,
to ask a question? Okay,
yes.
great.
So we can wait for the others.
Yes, great.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, by now I'm sure we have been able to cover much more. So I would need few of you to share some of the things you have written or you've underlined for us all to follow. Who is doing that for us? Who is starting for us, please? Looks like I need to mention
I,
names.
yeah, I can start. Okay.
Yes, please go ahead. Blessing.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Um,
Yes,
from novice researcher to research leader. Well, under master student, I have underlined all the bullets,
great.
right?
Yes.
Then under doctoral fellow, I have three bullets underlined. The first bullet, which says develops a clear program of research that can
Yes.
be achieved in the time required.
Okay.
Then the last two bullets,
Okay.
which says develops links with other researchers and allied stakeholders, mentors and guides junior staff, students, and peers. Right?
Yes.
Yes. So those are the only ones that I have picked. The
Great.
others, I really need um,
Great.
guidance
Thank
on
you.
them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thanks for sharing. This is very interesting. I would need another person to share,
mm,
and then we
thank you.
we move forward.
Mm.
Blessing, would you want to call somebody?
Yes. Let me call Theodora.
Great. Thank you.
Is it okay if I type in the chat?
Yeah. Okay. Theodora says she'll put that in the chat. Any other person to share? If you don't want to talk, you can put it in the chat, please, so that we can. But I would like to hear your voices, though. Theodora said she'll comment in the on the next assignment. Nevertheless, she put something there that I want to read. Oh no. Okay. But the ones I focused on were the ones on establishing networks. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So, okay, Titi, let's go ahead.
Okay, thank
Titi,
you,
let's go
Doc.
ahead. Yes, please.
Okay, on the master student, I underlined everything. Then on the doctoral fellow, I underlined the first two and the second from last. Also on novice researcher, I underlined the first two, and the third one about writing and publishing academic papers, and the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I say all that I had done or leave for some to say?
No, continue. I'm
Okay.
tracking what you have done.
Okay. Then on mid-career research, I underlined the first three.
Okay.
Sorry, the first two. The fourth one, yeah, I was still going through the list.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Maybe I can stop there.
So, what does this exercise tell you? Well, can anybody guess what this exercise is telling us? From novice researcher to research leader, what is your experience? Do you have it all, or there is more to do? Anybody to tell us something about this? Yes, Theodora, your hand is up.
Yes,
Please unmute.
I would say that it's not very linear as well. So there's some things that even maybe if you're not like a mid-career researcher, there's some skills that we've already obtained. But then, as you said, you can't have it all. So it's still a process of continuous development. And there's no stage where you're going to say that I've achieved everything, because there's another career stage where you can, achieve or like refine your goals. Exactly, as Titi said, there's more to do.
Sorry. Please say the last bit. I interrupted, so.
Oh no, I was just seconding what Titi said about there's more to do. It's a process. So yes, she just summarized my thoughts.
Thank you so much. So I have taken note of this, a process of continuous development. A process of continuous development. So building a career in research is progressive, and we build it up over time. And so having identified what we want to do or what we want to achieve in our career, we would need to monitor our progress and skills we are building in order to make sure that we are reflecting quality outcomes within the time that we set for ourselves. So maybe after the doctoral fellowship, you would want to have developed a set of skills. You must be working towards achieving that. And of course, we don't want just any outcomes. We want very quality outcomes. If from the exercise we did, you do not feel that you are building enough capabilities at the stage that you are, I believe that as we progress through this workshop, you'll be able to identify better ways of seeking help to build some of these skills. Right. Now, we will go back to page 4. Let's go to page 4. Okay. So here, I would ask the question, what do you need to be successful? Look on the diagram and tell me something. What do you need to be successful in the career path that you have chosen, or on the interest that you are building? What would you need to be successful? Let's look here. Before I comment, look here, look on the page 4, or even on the slide, and tell us, what would you need to be successful, to succeed on the journey that you are embarking on? Today I'm bombarding you a lot. That is it. This is something we are already in. We are just streamlining. So tell me something. No response, not even on the chat. Oh. Okay. So, okay, Blessing. Blessing, go ahead.
I think I need all. However, probably I would say that there has to be things that should come first, and the others should be second, third, fourth, blah blah blah. But probably there has to be collaborations, research supervisions as priorities. Then the others probably would come, but however, I'll need all of them.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you realize that researchers work with different mechanisms to produce outcomes that will help build impact and reputation. And we must focus or prioritize certain things for us to be able to achieve what we want to achieve, or for us to be successful. One of the key priority areas is to get our work out and aim at publications. That is a key area. As an Amari Fellow, if you are not publishing, it's a big issue. In fact, in the world of research, we say publish or perish. So one of the main things we want to do is to publish the outcome of our research. And so in whatever you do, you must aim at building skills that will help you write quality researches for publication. This will be important in the future career aspiration because, you know, the research world, in the research world, you must be noticed. And the only way you'll be noticed is that you are publishing. Your work is out there speaking for you. The number of impact you are making with your research work. the number of citations you are getting, the influence you are making in that area, that domain that you have chosen, your research domain. Okay, when people notice you, you realize that you are getting invitations for collaborations, invitation to write editorials here and there. And so these are very important areas that we must focus on. As we are looking at these outcomes, of course, we must also look out for funding that will make us more comfortable, or that will make our work more feasible to do. And I believe that the Amari Fellowship provides you that platform where you get some cushioning to be able to do your work and publish. Aside that, you know that you must learn how to, for instance, write for grants to get more funding for more projects. Again, you also need to look out for a project design and management. You must be able to design your project and manage them successfully, so you'll be able to make impact with your publications. Research supervisions, as you are going on, now you are probably being supervised, but a time is coming that you may have to yield, other people may have to come to you for supervision. And then leadership in research leadership. Once you are known out there, once you have built your domain, you're able to bring others along in that direction. And so, as we are building ourselves in our careers, we need all these to look out for all these, to be able to strategize and make the necessary impact that we have to do. Right. Now let's move on to, yes. So now your research identity. We are going to do a little bit of work here as well. Your research identity. Let's go to page 5 of the workbook. Page 5 of the workbook. We have a bit of research here. So page 5 and page 6, we have some work to do.
Yeah.
Kindly,
Joy,
yes,
may I add
Ubalem.
something? Yeah.
Yes, please add on.
Yeah. On the previous slide, I have been
Let's go to the
seeing.
previous slide.
Yeah, just I was just seeing the responses from the fellows, and
Okay.
as said, we all need to have funding. We all need to have a good kind of collaboration, working collaboration, and at the end, we do need most of us will need to have that role of leading research. But I think one most important thing is before I do have my PhD, my thinking was once I have the PhD, I might be somewhere around, be a research supervisor or leading some research and so on. But it doesn't really work like that. So once you finish your PhD, you will start just as an early career researcher, and then you will build on small grants, small funds, working under sponsors or supervisors, and then work on small collaborations. And then, so it doesn't happen just once you have the PhD, but it is a process, as they rightly mentioned. So it's really slow, but if we're really focused and we do all the necessary things. These days, you have to publish. We say, is that publish or you will perish? But quality will also matter. I'm sure some of you have seen retractions this year. So it is the highest retraction ever. So with the AI and the new technology and so on, so not just the number of publications, but quality will also matter. Joanna, as you said, people will approach you to collaborate and so on based on the quantity, but really sometimes quality will matter. For example, instead of publishing like 20 articles in some not good journals, one publication from a very reputable journal might be very better. So it's like a process. We all need to have all this, but slowly we will be there.
We'll get there. Thank you very much, Ubalem, for the input. I'm very grateful. Great. So we are going to pages 5 and 6 of our workbook, and then gradually fill the form over there. So we are reviewing the questions, and then you put your answers in there. If you haven't printed, just write your answers in your notebook so that we can make references to them. So let's take about 10 minutes to do this. Please, how many of us have been able to finish? Let's show by hand. Okay. Let's see another few minutes. Please, how many of us have been able to finish? How many have finished page 5? Let's see by hand. How many of us have finished page 5? And now on page 6. Okay. Then, okay, Hannah, thank you for the feedback. Great. Any gains? How many of us have finished? Let's see by hand, please. Let's see by hand, please. We haven't finished. Okay. Can you indicate in the chat box where you have reached, please? Okay, second to last question. Okay, at least we've made good progress. Last question, great. Okay, I think we are making good progress. I presume we are now done. I presume we are now done. Okay, so those who have finished, let's see by hand. Those of you who have finished, let's see by hand. Uh-oh, you are still on. Okay, from what we've done so far, I think we have to move on because of our time. From what we've done so far, I would need one or two of you to share your research work and how you are focusing on your work with us. Share what you are doing in terms of research and how you are focusing that work. Can I call Angela? Or Blessing? Anybody share your research work with us? And yes, Angela, you are unmuted, right? Or you muted again?
Hi.
Yes, hello. Please share your research work with us and how you intend on focusing on it or how you are focusing it.
Of course, it's a work in progress right now. Um, briefly, focusing. My research area is on maternal and child mental health. So, working in a research institution where we have a birth cohort, and I'm planning to use the data that we are collecting, and we within the birth cohort we are collecting data on the mental health screens using PHQ-9, GAD-7 for anxiety, PHQ-9 is for depression, and PC, primary care post-traumatic stress disorder questionnaire. So that's just part of the mental health component that we are working on. And also we are using a tool for, so apparently we are recruiting mothers, pregnant women, together with their spouses, and we are planning to follow them up until 2 years. So we do collect the parental mental health measures, as well as for children, we are collecting data on the cognitive outcomes using the Malawi Development Assessment tool. So I am planning to evaluate the impact of parental mental health on the cognitive outcomes of the children, especially preschool children, because these kids will be around between 5 to 6 years old by the time I'll be analyzing the data. So currently we are trying, with my supervisor, we are trying to work on the topic so that it's manageable and also the objectives are achievable at the same time. So doing a little bit of literature review while I'm working with my supervisor. So I'm trying to focus since I have a full-time job, and also I need to focus on my research work. So basically, I'm trying to manage and balance the two, because I haven't yet moved on how best I'll manage the two. But briefly, that's what I can explain. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. How do you feel talking about your topic like this?
I feel confident that's something that I'm going to do it and manage it.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Any other person to share with us? Thank you very much, Angela. Blessing, are you ready?
Hello there.
Yes. Are you ready to share?
Yes, yes, I am.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes. However, I haven't done much with the supervisor.
No
I'm
problem.
still waiting for, yeah, I'm still waiting to meet him. So I will just say what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Uh, yeah. So the one of the area that I've noticed is that there's an availability of culturally appropriate psychosocial intervention, specifically for visual impaired children and adolescents that are experiencing depression. So I would like to focus in this area, whereby at the end of this journey, I should be able to develop a psychosocial intervention which is culturally appropriate, hence reducing depressive symptoms. So um, I would say that probably I would go into phases, whereby the first phase I should be able to establish prevalence of depression among children and adolescents in various schools for the blind, where I can pick them. That is, in Malawi, there are three regions. That's the southern part of Malawi, central region, as well as the northern part of Malawi. So I would like to sample, to have probably a school in southern region, in central region, as well as the north. So that is my population of the study. So after establishing prevalence and associated factors, I should be able to do more of a scoping review,
Review. Yeah.
or yes, on available psychosocial intervention for children and adolescents that focuses on management of depression. Now, from there, we will also explore the caregiver experiences with these children, especially would be parents, teachers, where these children and adolescents um, are housed, or they are attending their education. So from there, I would be able to develop an intervention which is culturally appropriate. That is my journey that I'm thinking would be like, and I'm sure this will add data as well as the intervention that I would develop. It will be able to improve clinical practice in mental health.
Yeah.
And by the end of this fellowship, um, I should be able to publish 3 to 4 articles by 2030. That's my first objective. And understand different types of research methodologies by 2028. Disseminate study results by 2023. Attend almost 15 conferences in mental health field by 2030. The key indicators, probably I should be able to establish collaborations, and by the I should be able to know how many I have established, secure funding, and yeah.
Okay.
So what are the challenges that I am
Wait,
experiencing right
hold on with
now?
the challenges. I'll ask you again. Let me summarize this, and then we
Okay,
go on to the barriers and challenges very soon.
okay,
So,
okay.
thank you for sharing. So, in the next 2 to 3 years, if I'm
Mhm.
looking for a researcher who just focuses or identifies with building intervention for visually impaired children, I should be looking for blessing. In the same way, in the next 2 to 3 years, if I'm looking for somebody who has specialized in maternal and child mental health, I should be looking out for Angela. Right.
Yes.
So I really appreciate how confident both of you have been able to outline your research journey or your research objectives to all of us. And I presume that all of us here, having gone through this, have become very conscious and actively engaged in building our research, and we also need to monitor the progress of what we are doing. So, having outlined all that both of you have said, you should be also be able to tell me that. And I liked it when Blessing said by 2028 I'm going to do ABC, meaning that you have to put in measures to monitor your progress. It's very important. So, this exercise we've done should make you conscious and actively engaged in building your research area and also to monitor the progress. I believe that you feel very fulfilled, having talking confidently about your work. It doesn't come in one day. In fact, when Blessing started, I didn't know he would go on and on because he said, I've not met my supervisor yet, but he knows exactly where he's going. And so that confidence is there. That confidence doesn't come in a day. We build it over time as we practice, as we read about our research area, as we identify ourselves with a particular area. Right. Thank you very much, both of you, for sharing. And I believe that the rest will share later. Okay, so please, the next slide. So, having gone through this exercise, what are some of the barriers and challenges we have identified in building a research career? What are some of the barriers and challenges that we identified in the course of the work we did in trying to build a research career? You can post them in the chat room. You can also raise your hand. So we'll start with Blessing. You wanted to tell us about the barriers or the challenges. So you can start for us whilst we wait for the others to either add on, add their voices, or write in the chat room. So Blessing, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Challenges that are there, um, as I've already said, to say, despite having to say I'll move like this, I need as well an approval from the supervisor. So, as I've already said that I'm yet to meet the supervisor, so there has to be supervisor collaboration as well, so that I should be able to be successful. Other challenges, in developing countries, internet challenges.
Okay.
Yes, probably we need probably to be in areas where there's good internet for this academic work, and as well gadgets to use. You need probably a good computer. You need a good phone to record some of the things, a phone that that sometimes you are traveling. Remember, last week we were discussing about balancing with work. So sometimes you are in transit. These other meetings you can attend while you are moving to another place. So instead of using a laptop, you may be able to use a phone. Yeah, so these are some of the challenges that I have noted could be um, uh, 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 that could slow me a little bit. I hope that I'll be able to enroll for postdoc fellowship after
Mhm.
this program, God willing. And yeah, um, for me to be a competitive candidate, I should read much. I should be open-minded and eager to learn from the seniors, as well as not only from the seniors, but from fellows as well, colleagues. I should be open-minded. I should be able to complete my assignments in a time, attend these meetings, be interactive, so that I should gain more knowledge. The strategies that I have put in place, it's still more a throbbing thing about last week's lesson, whereby we looked at life balance. So, so yeah, I'm still working on that to see which are the time wasters. Probably, how should I balance my time, or how should I manage my time? So
Okay.
this is one of the strategy that
Very,
I'm working on right now. Yeah, and I
thank you
should
so
shake
much.
all those other habits that waste time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I have here supervision, internet, gadgets, work, and time management. Good. Any other, please? Any other challenges or barriers to achieving our goals? Any other? I wish one more person. Adioye, today I've not heard your voice at all. Neither have I read from you. Last week you were the star, right? Or you were one of the stars. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
A bit faint.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very good.
Okay. So, some of the barriers I identified currently is time management, like juggling my work and my PhD together.
Okay.
Um, yes. And then for me, currently, I'm at the stage where I'm trying to meet with patients who have conduct disorder in our clinic here so that I can develop my protocol very well based on facts and actual information. But I've been having the challenge of getting enough patients. Apparently, most conduct disorder patients don't come to the clinic. So that's one of the challenges I'm currently facing. Also, maybe supervision issues like getting regular monthly supervision so that I can progress on time. Those are some of the current challenges.
Thank you so much. So I presume that the enough patient, the patient you are looking at is your sample, I presume, for your
Yes, ma'am.
research work. Okay.
Yeah.
That can be very challenging. That can be very challenging. And then supervision. So I believe that you pick some of the lessons from last week and then this week as well. On mentorship, we will learn more of the skills. So as we go along, just like I mentioned, apply the things that we are doing here. And That is the whole essence. Now, I want us to move to the next section, but before we do that, this section has offered a deeper insight into context of building research success, how we can build our research success. We will have a just 2-minute leg stretch, and then we'll come back to look at the strategies to build career success. So a leg stretch, just 2 minutes. Pick some water, drink some water, use the washroom, stretch a little bit, and then we come back and then continue. Great. We are all welcome back. I presume we've had some leg stretch. Let's go to our workbook, page 7. We are currently looking at key strategies that we can use to build our career. The key strategies on the slides we are going to discuss, I believe if we are able to apply them well, will add value to our career management. And as we go on, as I go on explaining, you can underline some of the strategies you are currently using. And then the ones that you don't underline, you realize that they are strategies you need to think about, right? So we don't have to rely on serendipity to ensure that we are progressing. We need to manage our careers, because if we say that we are leaving things to chance, we will be left behind. The whole world will be moving, and then you realize that you can't even catch up. And so we need to think about some of these strategies to be able to achieve our research goals timely, and then also come up with quality outputs. Now let's look at the bottom of the model that is either shown on the screen or on page 7 of our workbook. If you look at the bottom, we have elements that support strong personal agency, and we have two things here. We have self-management and then career management. So we are looking at personal agency. What are some of the elements that can support personal agency? And we have self-management and then career management. Now, if you look at self-management, it reflects understanding of what we want from our career and how we can ensure that we are very clear about our goals and our priorities, right? So look at the goal setting over there, our priorities, ambitions, or clarity of purpose, and learning orientations. These things that we need to work on as individuals who have set out to on a career for research. What is your career path? How are you planning? So the previous exercises that we've done will help us answer some of these things. What knowledge do you have to embark on what you are doing? What are your reflections? Are you resilient or you feel vulnerable? What are your learning orientation? What are your values? What are your needs? Do you have ambitions? What are they? What is your purpose? You need to clarify your purpose and set smart goals for yourself. So I want you to know, how are you doing on self-management? I want to know, how are you doing on self-management? Anybody to help us? How are you doing on self-management? Is there something you are doing differently apart from this that is working? But today the engagement is not there at all. All my questions are very difficult to answer. I've given you some strategies and I'm asking you to relate. How are you doing on these strategies, particularly self-management? Okay, whilst you are thinking about it, let me talk about career management. That also focuses on the ability to build depth of expertise, breadth of experience, evidence about your ongoing success, and a good narrative or story about your evolving career, right? So these will be needed to set you up for your next role, awards, and grants. If you don't manage your career well, you will not reach the point where you even be worthy to be given grants, small grants like Obalem said. We start very small and then we expand. So if you are not building your capability and skills, if you are not building enough experience, if you have no track record, you are not managing well, nobody will find you worthy to give a grant or even call you for any kind of collaboration. So we need to manage our careers also very well. Again, on performance, let's look up. We have performance context. We have performance context where participants are operating, right? So we need to understand what the expectations are and how success is measured. So in your institution, somewhere, so for my institution, for instance, if you are progressing, let's say from a lecturer to a senior lecturer, for instance, you need 6 solid papers. In some institutions, you don't need that much. Very few you get it. So you need to understand how success is measured in your institution. What do you need to meet these successes? You need to understand how your supervisor works, okay, the expectations your supervisor has of you, so that you can be able to meet them. How does your institution reward you? How do they recognize you? You need to understand all these dynamics to be able to make impact in your career. Then again, we come to support. We all need support. I think Ubalem mentioned that we need support to be able to break through in our research career. So there are several opportunities which may be in your institutions. Have you found out those opportunities? Some institutions may offer, aside what Amari is doing, some institutions may also offer support to learn some soft skills on research and other things. These are opportunities that you need to identify and take advantage of. What is the supportive culture in your institution? You need to know about them. You need to take advantage of the kind of mentorship you have. Are there sponsorship? Are there role models over there? Are there networks and collaborations? In my institutions, for instance, we have the social sciences. Every school every department under the social sciences come together for collaboration. So interdepartmental collaborations, which really help our research work very much, because what one place is lacking or one department is lacking, another department could come and then support with that. So we need to learn these, how we can get these support and then utilize them. Do you have anything to say from here? When we talk about, when we go into mentorship, we will look at the difference between mentorship, sponsorship, and the likes. Do you have anything to say here? Any contributions here? So what I want you to take from this slide is the fact that you need to build active ownership of your career. Nobody will come and do it for you. You need to do it through self-management. You manage yourself, you manage your career, you look out for performance indicators in your institutions, and then you look out for support, the opportunities, the support culture, and every kind of support you will need to be able to have success in your career. So be very clear about where you hope to go and what you need to be able to reach there. Right. Let's get to the next slide. Activating your support crew. Yeah. Activating your support crew. Please, workbook 8. Let's take the workbook 8. We will not talk so much about mentorship, like I have mentioned, because we will do that later on. But I want you to look at the workbook, page 8. We are going to see what the blockers, barriers, negators are. And then we will look at the positives and then the neutral, right? So the negatives are those. So I would like you to think about the people you work with or people around you. I believe that we are not operating as islands. We have people who are around us. And these people have different roles towards our research work or our success stories. There are people who are negatives. These are people who are less positive about who we are and what we want to do. There may be people who are a little threatened by what we are doing. The fact that you are in a doctoral program or on a fellowship makes them very jittery. Okay, so where you have the negatives, write their initials there. You can write their initials there, right? And then the positives are people who are very supportive of us, and they are always there to support. They will tell you, if you have any problem, come to me, I will support you. These are all people who are positives to our journey. You can also write them there, their initials. And then the neutrals are those you could benefit from learning from, right? So they could be people who can sponsor us, people who can mentor us. Unless you approach them, they are there. They are neutral, but sometimes you need to activate works with them to be able to do that. So write their initials also there. So a little bit more about the negatives. These people, you cannot be able to change them. Nothing you do will change their attitude towards you. And so you need to know what to do with them, right? Sometimes you would want to ignore them. 1 minute, please. Sometimes for whatever reason they have become negatives in our lives, we must pay attention to. Maybe they feel that you talk too much, you don't do anything. So you say, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. They don't see it. So if these are factors that are making them more negative towards you, you need to work on that, right? And the positives too, these are people, like I've said, who are there to support you. At least we must be able to utilize what they have for us. Let's tap into them and ensure that you are also appreciative of what they do, because some people are such that if you are not appreciating them, they stop what they are doing for you. And then the neutrals, sometimes you have realized that this person is neutral, but has a lot of things in store for you. This person can direct you. This person can even help you source for funds. So you need to approach them so they can be able to help you do that. The key to success in building your support here is to actively map and plan your career and its progress, right? So that others can be able to contribute to it positively. If you have not mapped your career progress very well, or if you have not mapped your plan very well, who will come to help? Nobody will help you. So you need to help, map up your strategy very well so that others could come and support you. Now, from slides 11 to 13, it focuses more on mentorship, right? And there are assignments there in the workbook. When you sit, after this one, when you have some few time to spare, do the work at home, and then we prepare for mentorship next week. So that's the big assignment I'm giving you. So from slides 11 to 13, you have some assignment. So workbook pages 9 to 10, 9 and 10. Try and do the assignment over there at your leisure, so that when we come, we prepare for mentorship, right? But I want you to know that in mentorship, you can have a range of mentors, sometimes more than one at a time. So you could have a mentor just for maybe trying to your write-up, somebody who will guide you with your write-up. You could have a mentor who will help you strategize your whole research work. You could have a mentor for various, maybe your social life. So mentors come in different forms and in different shapes. So you may have a range of them at a point in time. What you need to do is to manage the mentorship program very well, right? So again, on the mentorship, we could build a pool of mentors who can focus on different things, like I've said. And sometimes you need to approach them, right? Sometimes some may also offer to help you do whatever you are doing. So it's all up to you. Now, the workbook on page 11. Where's my place? On page 11, you are looking at building your critical support base. That also, we will talk about it next week, right? But like I've said, different people will offer different types of support to you. So you may have supervisors, you may have mentors, you may have sponsors. We'll look at the critical differences when we come to mentorship, right? Let's go to slide 15. So success indicators are here. Improved identification and activation of opportunities. If you are you have increased confidence in navigating your career path. So if you look at all the things we've done today and you realize that as you go on putting them into practice, you have these indicators, it means that you are progressing steadily. So expansion of mentoring relationships, ongoing association with mentors, progression to mentoring. When you have been mentored and at a point you are ready also to mentor others, it's a good sign of progression. Let's please move on. Please move on. Yeah. Yes. So, no, please, yes. So, I want to reiterate the fact that here we need to build a strong active ownership of our career. We have said it in previous slide. We have brought it back because it is a very important thing. You have to build your career path. You must own your career path and build it strongly so that others may come in to give you the support that you need. Right. Thank you. So we have career options and implications. Next slide, please. Okay. So we have career options and implications. As researchers, some people, in this fellowship, on this fellowship, whatever fellowship you are pursuing, some people will grow career in academia. Some people will go full-time researchers. Some people will branch into industry. Others will go into government agencies or become professionals. And then others will be consultants. Others may combine some of these, right? So what is your career path? What is your career path? We need to outline your career path. So page 12, there is a free page there. Use that to outline your career path. So from your fellowship, where are you going next? And what is your ultimate destination? You need to let us, draw that map to guide you on what you have to do. Please, the next slide is what I just spoke about. Yeah. So your preferred career path, what does your preferred path offer? So we've seen the path. What does it offer? How will it draw on your strengths and capabilities? What can you do to prepare yourself for your desired path? Do you need to focus on certain outcomes or enrichment opportunities? So we have talked a lot about how to get there. And so map your future plan on the page 12, and then let it guide you on what to do when you are in the house. We don't have much time, so I'll give that one to you to map up your future plan. Next week when I come, I'll ask about the assignment I've given you, right? So what are your reflections? What are your reflections on all that we have talked about? Your final reflections. What are your reflections? What are the key things that you have learned from here, from this discussion? At least everybody has learned at least one thing. So this one, I want to hear from each one of you. What have you learned from this, what we have done today, or your take home?
My take home.
Yes, Theodora. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. My take home was that the slide that you shown, that it's not really just luck or circumstance or context, but you have to be very intentional about the trajectory of your career, and be intentional about the steps that you take.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who else is coming? Blessing. Your name pops up next.
Thank you so much, Doc. My take-home message, I think there's a lot in this program. So my take-home message is that I have to focus on the goals for my career, and I have to set smart objectives so that so that I should be able to achieve this. Thank you.
Thank you. Angela said that, how do you differentiate the roles of a mentor and that of supervisor? Yes, we'll talk about it at length next week, okay, on mentorship. So I have to take active ownership of my career. So Adioye says, I have to, no one will do it for me. I have to be clear about my goals and what I need to achieve. Okay, thank you. Who else? Titi has written something. To be conscious and actively engaged on this journey. Okay. Any other? I'm compiling the take homes and then we will use that to go. Some of you have not said anything. Yes, Angela. This is a long process that need. I'm not. Dedication, right? Okay. This is a long process that need my active participation and dedication. Okay. Any other, please? Somebody is missing. Liban, today I have not heard your voice. Today I've not heard your voice. I've not read from you. Okay, Hannah said, I've learned self-management is key. Self-management is key, which you usually have difficulty with. Okay, so we will talk about that. Focus on my goals and set smart objectives. Great. So I have here, we have to be intentional about our career trajectory. Focus on the goals. Conscious and active engagement. Take ownership of your career path. Active participation and dedication. Self-management, right? So I will conclude by saying that careers need to be planned for, just as we have said. And so we need to think ahead and build our strategies to support our ambitions. And then we make sure mentors and sponsors are part of our strategy. So next week, we are going to look at career strategy, Seth match. We are going to look at, we are going to look at mentorship, right? Mentorship. So everything you need to know about it, we will discuss next week. I'm praying that next week we come very active. Today, some of you didn't make me happy as you did last week, but I'm very grateful for the cooperation so far. So I will hand over. Any questions? Ubalem, please, if you have anything to add, please add, and then if they will have questions. Ubalem.
Hi, John.
Vicky, is Ubalem on?
Yeah, Ubalem is dropped off, I think.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, then we will end here. If they have no questions, we'll end here.
Yeah, I think it's time we can end here. Thanks very much, Joanna, for coordinating, for leading the session. You did well under the circumstances and get well soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everyone. Let's meet next week.
Bye-bye. Oh, somebody wrote something.
Bye.
Okay, I do.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.